closer to the front whenever possible. All right, so let's go ahead and get you into gear. Just once again, one pull back with that right paddle. Yep, and then we'll just get your foot on the brake, and then you'll pull back on the right paddle. So get your foot on the brake.
On the brake?
Yep, and then pull back on that right paddle for you. Just the right one, and then that'll be in first gear now.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm going to let him know that we're ready to rock and roll, and then we'll get forward in just one moment. And like I said, the first session, what we'll do is give cars space. Give them time to get away from us so that we have time to pick up the speed as well.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if we catch the cars, no worries. We'll get around them, and I'll always let you know if and when it's safe to do that passing. Let's go ahead and follow that white Ferrari. After this session, like I was saying, if we have that confidence, what we'll do is go to the front of each group. So when's the last time, did you drive the Ferrari last year?
Yes, last year in Seattle.
Okay, how did that go?
That was fun.
Yeah?
I mean, with Brandon, I'm typically progressing every time.
Mm-hmm.
So we drove inly during the rain,
Mm-hmm.
and I still got 145 on the straight.
Really?
And I never lose lead car, so it was always in front of me, and sometimes I couldn't go fast enough because of a lead car right in front of me.
Right.
I mean, I know you have new lead cars,
Yeah.
but I don't know. On the lead car right now,
Mm-hmm.
we had maximum speed of 122.
Mm-hmm.
So I understand that if lead car is in front of me, I can't develop more speed either.
Right. The best thing to do is to use those little chicanes, as you saw. If we have a lead car in front of us, to slow down before the chicane, give them space, and then we can exit the chicane, which is that section with speed, so you can get speed down the straight. Because we could see easily 150 with this car on this track. And especially if you're doing well with the brakes, I can have you brake a little bit later.
Okay.
Because we don't necessarily need to lift at the yellows and brake at the first set of reds.
Mm-hmm.
That's a pretty conservative braking point, so we can go a little bit later, especially if you have that confidence with the brake pedal. Now, as you saw, like I was saying, there's not much elevation change here, pretty flowing turns,
Mm-hmm.
a little bit simpler corner layout. The only turn that's really tricky is the hairpin bend, and that's because, that's because it's really wide on the entry and then really tight at the apex. So if you actually can see it from the vertical view or the plan view, it's really, really wide, like maybe 6 lanes wide, and then down to about 3 or 4 lanes wide at the apex. So it actually changes in its width, which is quite tricky. Now the first thing, like I said, we'll do is just give space to this Ferrari. And after that point, if we catch them, we'll get around, and I'll let you know if and when it's safe to pass.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that these buckets do a great job of really holding you in the position of, that you'd like to be in. Because the other Ferrari seats are a little bit too easy to move around in. So after taking that lead car ride, is there any part of the track that seems to be a little bit more tricky, or you think that would be a little bit more challenging for you?
Well, probably turns which go sharp one after another.
Okay, like the combination corners?
And I never drove between those cones.
Yeah.
So I mean, they don't use them on Pacific racetrack.
Right, yeah.
So I don't know. They honestly look weird on the track.
Yeah.
But I know the reasons that stay behind it.
Yeah, yesterday, so we started without the cones in the front straightaway, but the reason we had to put them in was because of the sound ordinance. So it was actually too loud. This track has a very strict sound ordinance. We can't exceed a specific level. And without the chicane there, we were exceeding that level. So that's why we had to add that at that point.
Okay.
Yeah, I really like the Ferrari. There is a little bit of turbo lag. As you probably know, when you hit that throttle, there's a little bit of a delay. There's nothing you can really do about that except make sure that the wheel is straight. Because a lot of that is also the traction control being quite preemptive. So if you have that wheel cranked and you get to a lot of throttle, it's actually just going to restrict that power. So the best you can do is just make sure that you're rolling it on as you get that wheel straight. If the wheel is straight, you can then get to full throttle, and it's not going to hold you back. So what type of vehicle do you normally drive?
I drive Honda CR-V regular.
Okay.
Again, because of the kids,
Right.
you know, I need a lot of room.
Yeah. I just have an Acura. Nothing exciting.
Yeah. I mean, I think that when they grow up, that I will get Corvette. So it's like something more on the race lane.
Yeah. What do you think of the Honda Civic Type R? Do you know of that car?
Yes, I know. Well, I mean, I don't know how it feels to drive it, but it looks good.
Yeah. Yeah, I really like Honda and Acura. I think they produce reliable cars that are also fun. Alright, so let's go ahead and follow the white Ferrari here. And then at that set of blue cones, all we're going to do is just lift off the gas and we'll create spacing. And we'll let that car pull away from us. And like I said, this first session really is just getting comfortable. So just go ahead and let that car pull away, because I just want to make sure that we get that spacing, because they may be going a little bit slower at first. Now the first time down the straightaway, we'll hold the right side of the road, just in case there were somebody coming on the left side.
Is it a good distance?
Yep. So you stay on the right side, you can accelerate here. Nice. Steering position and use the throttle to pull you through the corner. Because a little bit more throttle will actually get you to change the direction. Out to the orange, for the green, turn in, stay on the throttle to the right side. Now look for the orange cone to the right, and now look for the green cone and turning in. This corner is off camber, it's back to the right side. Now add that speed, look for the red cones, full throttle. Nice, and hard brakes. So this is the turn I was talking about. It's really tight at the apex. So turn in, squeezing on the throttle. Great job with that turning point. Look for the orange cones, full throttle. Turn to the green, and now full throttle to the red cones. And hard brakes. Nice. And now what we'll do here is just give that green and white car a little space. Actually, the green car is letting that white car around, so let's just wait. Let's pass on the left side here. There we go. Perfect. Pass the left car. There we go. And full throttle. Speed, and now look for the red cones, full throttle. Nice, go ahead and release the brakes. And then we'll go around the green cones and full throttle. Steady gas. Now look down that straight, full throttle. make sure that we can have some fun on the straightaway. Just wait for just a second. You're doing amazing. You're doing good.
Thank you.
All right, and go for it. Time, let's give this car just a little bit of space so that we can enjoy that last straightaway.
Okay.
All right, and go for it. Now, in terms of the information that I was giving you, was that what you were?
Yes, I like it.
Okay,
Thank you.
I want to make sure I wasn't giving you too much.
No, it was just perfect.
Yeah, great job braking.
So,
Yeah, we're going to go ahead and get our photo taken.